I got asked an interesting question. Who did I find funny as a co-star and of these three? Mike Epps, Chris Tucker, Kevin Hart. Now we're not talking about box office success because we talk about box office success as far as the big movies. Chris Tucker's mopping the floor. If we talk about the appeal, we're gonna have to give it to Kevin Hart. I'm not the biggest Kevin Hart fan, but his appeal, you can't even deny that. But Mike Epps, as a sidekick, tends to play that role really well. Now, Chris Tucker, obviously, with Jackie Chan and with Ice Cube, but Mike Epps might have a case. Kevin Hart's sidekick roles are big. They've had the impact, but he's mainly been the main feature. I mean, with The Rock and stuff, but he mainly takes over. But it's interesting because what moves you as far as a co-star, a sidekick? Mike Epps did it with Ice Cube. As a matter of fact, all three of them had the pleasure of working with Ice Cube. And, of course, Chris Tucker's going to probably win that argument because, obviously, Friday is a classic. We still talk about Friday to this day, 30 years old. What you going to do with it? Kevin Hart worked with Cube, too. But Mike Epps, came Friday after next. I think, and again, I'm not big. All three of these cats, where would I rank them? Epps, to me, is second tierish comedy on a good name, kind of third tierish, because I think he was vulgarity. I think depends on what kind of role he got. There's only a couple things I like he's done. He has had some moments, but I don't think he's really had anything that's really took him to another level. Kevin Hart is corny, but it works because he fits a void that people like in a certain type of comedian, and he has an appeal that, dare I say, and I'm not a Kevin Hart fan by no stretch like that, but it's the kind of appeal that rivals Eddie Murphy, because even though there have been many Junior Whopper Eddie Murphys, his longevity is the closest, and it's a strange odyssey because it's nothing about him that's necessarily a memorable line or a catchphrase, but his appeal with folks is uncanny. So that Chris Tucker had the opportunity to have a bit of all of that, because he was like that link between Eddie and Martin Lawrence and a couple others and what have you. But he just changes in philosophy and thoughts and so on. So this one is like, who is the best sidekick to a main guy on the road? Mike Epps, Chris Tucker, Kevin Hart. Now the more successful one is Chris Tucker. Kevin Hart plays his role, but I think Epps got a case in this one. I think he got a case. I think that you can make a case